Hi, this is Indy. Say hi, Indy. She's shy. I might show clips of her throughout this video to break up the monotony of just me talking. Also, sorry if you see me looking at the screen. I have some stuff written down I want to say, but I'm also kind of winging it, so expect some cuts and some choppiness to the video. Okay, so tomorrow I'm releasing this short film. It's called 5 Little Cats, and this video is kind of a prologue to it, but it's also something else. It's like a time capsule, like something I want my kids 20, 30 years from now to be able to watch. Filmmaking is kind of this weird little hobby of mine that I sneak into the cracks of my life while I'm trying to become an engineer and hopefully make a net positive on the world. It's this creative itch that I've always had that I like to scratch whenever life gives me a little space to breathe. The first film I ever made was actually in my high school film class. It was called Test 22. Our teacher assigned it to us as a simple 2-minute PSA. That was the assignment. Nice and easy. But me and a group of people looked at that and basically were like, yeah, no, we're good. We ended up making a 20-minute mockumentary instead. Way more work than anyone asked for, way more effort than we needed to give. But it was so much fun. We stayed late, improvised ideas, laughed constantly, and made something way bigger than the assignment. That was the first time I ever really felt how magical making something with people could be. Then COVID hit, and the world shut down, and everything got quiet. That's when I made Ode to Descartes. I was sad then. I was turning 18, becoming an adult during lockdown. I didn't really know what that meant. Those were ideas I really wanted to meditate on, and filmmaking became the way I did that. Making a film is kind of like journaling, except extreme journaling, because instead of just finding the right words, you're finding the right shot, the right music, the right pacing, the right structure. You have to slowly think up your thoughts and put them down and actually understand what you're trying to say before you can say it. And that process helped me more than I can explain. After that, I made It's Gonna Rain. That one was different. That film was basically a giant portrait of my life at that time, when I was trying to figure out what I wanted with my life and what kind of person I wanted to become. If you watch it, you can literally witness me becoming that person in real time. You can see the meditation happening. I'll never be able to make something like that again. I'll never have that exact time or those exact people or that exact moment. And it was kind of a miracle that it existed at all. Honestly, it was a blessing I even got to make it. And for all those films, every single one, I've just been making them on an iPhone camera with terrible iPhone microphone. No fancy gear, no big crew, just ideas, time, and whoever was willing to help me. I grew up loving movies. There was a theater in my hometown of Oxnard that meant everything to me when I was a kid. I literally saved every movie ticket I ever saw at that theater. The kind with lumpy seats and freezing rooms and stale popcorn, and somehow it was perfect. Because for a few dollars, you could sit there and feel something real. Movies weren't just stories, they were sound and light and faces all working to create emotion. It felt like magic in a weird way. I think that's where it all started. Now I'm in another one of those transition periods. Not bad, not dramatic, just one of those quiet in-between chapters where you can tell something is ending and something else is about to begin. And whenever that happens, I get this instinct to document it, to archive it, like saving a version of myself before it changes. That's kind of why I made this film. This one was harder than the others. I made it in between the margins of life, late nights between responsibilities when there's hardly any energy left. Most of it I did alone, writing, directing, acting, editing. Just me, a phone, and a free editing software, nothing too crazy. And honestly, that's where the real feelings come from. Making something creative is a lot like squeezing lemons. They don't give you much unless you really press. It takes way longer than you expect. Your hands hurt when you're done. You think you got everything out, and somehow there's still more left inside. That's kind of what this film felt like. Just pressing harder than felt reasonable, seeing if there's anything left in me that's worth saying. I wanted to pack this one full of my favorite people. So if you're watching this someday, my future kids, you can ask me about them, and I'll get to tell you who they were and why they mattered to me. That might be my favorite part of this film, weirdly. Because these films, they're not really movies, they're records. Proof I was here, proof I felt things, proof I tried to make something honest. I especially wanted this one to end happily. My films are weirdly autobiographical, even when they're fiction, and I wanted something out there that shows that my story, at least this chapter of it, didn't end in a sad way. If you're watching this years from now, just know that I finished this, and that mattered to me, okay? After this, I'm gonna go be an engineer. I'm gonna go try and help people. I'm gonna try and leave the world a little bit of a better place than I found it, hopefully. Before I go, I hopefully want to make some sort of credits, but quickly I'll shout out a few people that were a part of this. Chris, Andrew, Jacob, you are all amazing actors. Kat, of course, you're in Mardi Gras right now. Shout out Gerardo, who was the biggest help with this movie. He helped me out so much. I don't know how I could be more thankful. I also have this memory of Gerardo and I on New Year's in 2021. I dared him to get a girlfriend by the end of the year, and he dared me not to quit and make another movie. And that's how Ode to Descartes came to be. Anyway, shout out my mom. I don't think I'm missing anyone else. I swear I'm forgetting someone. Did I say Andrew? I think so. I wrote this part down, so I won't be very specific. To my kids, I hope you find something useful inside of these films. And I hope that if you ever feel lost or stuck or unsure, I hope you make something. I hope you stay kind. I hope you don't let bitterness become the thing that hardens you. Anyway, 5 Little Cats comes out tomorrow. I'll show it to my friends first, then I'll post it as an archived time capsule of my life at this time. Hello to my kids, if they're watching this in the future. Anyway, the lemonade's done for the final time. Thanks for watching. Indy, any last words? Nope. All right, she says bye.